I just realized every time I make these videos, I've done something to my hair. Usually just showered. I don't know why I always shower. Hi there, guys. It's been now the 11th month of me living here in Korea. So I was originally gonna make a video about going to the regular kind of market, like Costco, or what we have here is like Home Plus, E-Mart, that kind of place. But because of all the stress I had with immigration, I ended up not making a trip out there because I was so just stressed. So I thought, how about I just do what another friend suggested, which is kind of a tour video, but since I live with the roommate slash host, I thought I would just show the common areas and also, if you don't mind, rant a little bit because it's been a really trying 11th month here in Korea, and specifically in Seoul at my new school. So I'm just gonna do both things at the same time. So I will show my new environment and also explain what's been going on. Yeah, so first to start off here is a little bit of my room. It's a mess right now because that's how I live. Don't judge, I don't care, I don't really care. But yeah, this is my room for the most part. Wait, hold on. I'm sitting on my bed right now. And yeah, oh, I'm gonna cut this out. But yeah, so I will go ahead and just show around and also tell the story. So here we go. Let's head up to the rooftop and I will show you guys that. Yeah, it's a good day today. The sky is still kind of bluish gray though, so that's always the case, I feel like. But yeah. Oh, that's new. Didn't know they were. My host, I guess, put that up here because we're the only ones that use the roof. So yeah, this is cool. Oh, I'm gonna walk on this. Hey, I guess it's for the puppies. They've got like a little playing space now. So I don't know if this is supposed to be like this, but I'm gonna fix it. So I don't know where to begin. So I guess I'll just preface it with, I was living in Busan up until this past February, and I was going to a really fun and friendly national university there for their Korean language program. But after doing some research online and seeing that all the variety show writing, broadcast writing jobs that I was interested in doing and what brought me out here originally are pretty much all centered in Seoul, I figured, okay, just swallow your sadness and move to Seoul, even though Busan was like my whole inspiration to come here. But it's okay because it's not a big enough country for me to feel like I'm very, very far away. It's just, yeah. First, I had to do a whole bunch of transfer paperwork, which that can be for a different video because that was a whole ordeal in itself. But essentially, after finishing all the transfer paperwork, the school gave me the paper documents I needed to take to immigration to essentially update my information on my alien registration card, because the rule here is that after you move somewhere, you have to update, for foreigners, we have to update our address within 14 days, otherwise there's some kind of penalty or something. So I was thinking, I don't work right now, so I need to be on top of every kind of little thing because I can't afford to get penalized for dumb stuff I could have fixed in the beginning. So right when they gave me those papers, I tried to make an appointment with immigration, and I don't know what's wrong with the immigration website out here. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I used my laptop and my cell phone. My former roommate at the time in this apartment, she also tried to book it. Both of us, we couldn't get a reservation made, so we just decided, all right, let's just go to the immigration office that is designated to our district and our neighborhood, and then maybe we'll just like happen to have like a lucky draw where people aren't there that much, so they'll just let us talk to somebody. So we go there back in February, and the security guy basically just says, no. If you don't have an appointment, you absolutely can't talk to anyone. You guys, if you want, I can make an appointment for you right now. And so she tells him her reason for going there. She needs to get her new alien registration card. And then I tell him that I'm there because I need to update my address. And he just looks at me with this kind of smirk of like, oh, you're so cute, you don't know. And I'm just like, what's what? And he's like, you don't have to come to immigration to change your address. You can just go to your local Juman Center, which is the community center, and just have them change it there. And it makes sense. Like, if you're just changing your address, why come all the way to this place when there's an office where they are supposed to handle whoever lives in their jurisdiction? The immigration guy who works at the office, why should I doubt him, is telling me to go to the Juman Center. And of course me thinking, alright, why wouldn't I just go to the place that's literally right, like maybe 2 blocks away from where I am sitting right now? But it's very, very close by over there. And so I'm like, no, my school was pretty adamant about me coming here. At least one teacher who, she wasn't speaking in English, but she made it very clear that I had to take my registration papers to immigration and change my address. So he just kept insisting, no, we changed it in September of last year, that if you're just changing your address, you just have to go to the Juman Center. I don't know why they told you to come here. And I kept saying, I'm like, I don't know why they would have said to come here and even like give me the map directions, even though they didn't exactly specify which immigration office I had to go to. They even said specifically, take this form, and this form, go to the immigration office. And he, with so much certainty, said, no, we changed it back in September of 2016, so maybe they just don't know. A lot of people have been coming here, and we always have to tell them, go to your local Juman Center. So I'm just thinking, my school just has this really, like for whatever reason, this new school, they don't seem to like have all the information, and I don't want to fault them. It seems like fairly new. It was February then. They changed the rule in September, so they would have had maybe 1 or 2 quarters where they might not have gotten this information. Alright, fine. And I figured, worst case scenario, I go there with all my papers and they just say, no, cutie pie. You have to go back to the immigration office because whatever you're trying to do, you can't do it here. Go back there. And be like, dude, you're all kinds of wrong. Fine, no problem. I'll just be a little bitter, but at least it'll be done. Everybody can see that I'm trying to get this paperwork solved, so I don't have to pay a fine. Mind you, I only have a week left to do this because within that first week, I had to get the paperwork and all the approvals and stuff. The hoops, I tell you people, the hoops you have to jump through. So I go to the Juman Center that same day, give them all my paperwork. The only thing they ask is that my current roommate slash host, who also kind of serves as like the landlord because her name is on the lease for our apartment, he says, can you have her come or like bring like a copy of her ID because we just want to make sure that the person who is saying that you live with them is the person that matches this lease. So she's like, sure, I'll go with you. She shows her ID. They print out my new address on a piece of tape it to the back of my ID, and I'm thinking, okay, this is all the flags, there's nothing been raised. It's in your system. I'm assuming your systems are connected in some way that will show in their system, so I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna continue with my semester like nothing's wrong because you guys are making it seem like nothing's wrong. And I go through what ends up being a very trying and frustrating first semester at this new school, which again, different video. I will make it if you really want it, but yeah. So that cut to the end of the quarter, we're at the assembly where they basically give us a paperwork for people who need to extend their visas, because my visa was going to expire on June 2nd of maybe 2 weeks ago from when you're seeing this video right now. And so I'm thinking, okay, the end of the quarter ceremony is on May 24th. So I have literally like 10 or so days to get all this paperwork in and show immigration, don't kick me out of your country because I'm trying to do everything the right way. It's essentially the documents that show that I have good attendance, I got a high enough score in my final exams and whatever, and that I paid for the next 6 months to be at this school. I had registered for 2 more terms which is essentially 6 months of this program. And after paying the money for these 2 more terms, I must have gone to the office every single day after school to double check, okay, I need this. You guys are sure that I won't have any problems because my visa expires a week after you guys are going to give me the paperwork. I've already scheduled for my appointment to be on that exact day that you guys hand me those papers. Around what time do you think it'll end? I'm double checking every single possible issue that I could possibly encounter, and at no point and I'm going through all the documents that I'm gonna need to take, does anyone think to say what is about to be one of the biggest problems that I'm facing when I get to immigration. So I take all that stuff, go there for my appointment that I had to register at the school, and they even acknowledge that, yeah, the website doesn't work for some computers and then sometimes it does, but whatever, nobody plans to fix it, so I'm not gonna worry about it. I go there, wait for my number to get called. Once I get up to the woman, the clerk who's working at immigration, I hand her my paperwork. She's flipping through pages super fast, going through everything, handing me back things that she recognizes she doesn't need. And I'm thinking, sweet, awesome. She's going to go through everything, stamp what she needs to, give me some piece of paper saying when I can get my ID, whatever. Strike one against me. Like, basically, she's pointing at my bank statement saying that, no. You need to have 5 million Korean won in your Korean bank account. Do you have a Korean bank account? And I'm like, yeah, I do, but my school didn't say, which they did not, say that I need to have the money in Korea. They just, when I asked them about all these paperworks, I showed them this, and they were like, okay, next thing you need to have is this. They didn't even acknowledge that it was a foreign bank account. I thought, because this was something I did back in Busan, was I printed out my US bank, the official bank statement, that like the monthly bank statement, to show that I have X amount of money in both of my, like, my savings and my checkings account, my credit, whatever. All of that stuff is on there. I brought that and I was like, what? Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. And she's like, well, we can't extend it unless you have the money in Korea. So I'm thinking, well, that's just great. The exchange rate is crap right now. I'm gonna love bringing over money and losing money, essentially, because I don't know. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into politics because, again, that's a different video. Money, but okay, fine. I'll make peace with that. I'll do it because I don't have time to wait for the exchange rate to go up any higher, and I have less than a full week to do so. So sure, I was like, all right, make peace with that. Then, after telling me this and I'm making peace with it, she flips further and she says, and it looks like you were going to a school in Busan, but this past term you were at a school in Seoul. And I thought, yeah, so what's going on? You're gonna have to pay a penalty though, because you didn't update with our office that you were attending this school in Seoul. And I'm thinking, that doesn't make sense because I came here in February, and I tell her this, I don't just think it, I tell her this, I came here in February, security guy back there, who at that time was a different guy, but essentially the person that checks people in told me that I was in the wrong place and I just needed to go to the Juman Center to change my address. And she's like, yeah, but you had to notify us that you changed schools. And I'm like, but when I came here last time, I explained why I was there to the guy. I came here in February, so 3 months ago, and told the guy that I'm here because I need to update my address and because I changed schools. And he told me very clearly in no uncertain terms that I was wasting my time here and needed to go to the Juman Center in my area. So instead, she goes, no, you have to go to the investigation office down the hall and explain this whole thing to them, but you're not going to be able to do anything unless you pay this penalty. So I'm thinking, what in the world, like, why? Why is their system so complicated that they do this to people? If they don't know the right information, why are they giving it to somebody and ruining their whole, whatever? So now I have to get up with my sad face to go to the investigation office and explain for a second time that the security check-in whatever foolish jerky guy basically told me wrong information, and now I'm stuck with the bill of 80,000 won for something that I had no power of knowing the difference between what I should have and should have not done. Was I gonna go sit there in the guy's face and say, well, you know what, go ahead and book me an appointment to meet with a clerk, because worst case scenario, I just waste her time and yours? like, yes, I'll accept it now. I should have probably just gone ahead and questioned authority, and then questioned authority again, and kept questioning authority in a language that I don't speak, because nobody seems to know what I'm actually supposed to do here. That makes sense. Sure, I'm not trying to be sarcastic, but I'm being sarcastic. So I go to this woman, I explain the same thing to her, that the security guard is the one who told me this thing, and the fact that I came on a specific day, I told her the specific day I came. I almost wanted to say, check your CCTV, or give me the name of that guy, and then I will, like, have the whole conversation. I can ask you to tell him the same thing. Why would I have come all the way here? Why would I lie about this? What motivation do I have to make up this whole story that can easily be fact-checked? She's just like, well, you should have, like, your school needed to know about it. I'm like, of course my school knew about it. I was enrolled there, and I unenrolled from the other one. Nobody was in the not know about this, except apparently the guy who told me I should go to the community center. So I just had to first go 40 minutes back to my school to go to my bank account to withdraw the 80,000 won that I needed to pay the penalty. Then when I go back there, the woman tells me, okay, now you need to come back when you have the money deposited in your account. Bring the certificate of deposit to prove that you now have the 5 million won that we need in order to extend your visa for the next 6 months. So now I'm like, great, now the clock is even shorter. I originally had 10 days to do this, from the 24th of May until the 2nd of June. Now, even if I transfer the money that very same day, it probably won't clear and be in the bank account until Friday night this time, or Monday morning the following week, which means I have essentially 4 days to get everything set and ready before they basically tell me, all right, now you owe us 100,000 for every day you're here past your visa expiration date. So I leave that day thinking, even if I put the money through right this very minute, it probably won't clear. It's a Tuesday now. It probably won't clear until Friday or Monday morning, depending on how the banks work. So I'm like, okay, great. So I even have less time now, because by the next Friday, I'm either going to be allowed to stay or getting kicked out, deported from this country. So put the money through, get of the certificate of deposit on Monday, go back that day, the following Monday, on now what is May 29th, and sit in that office on the second floor for the people who are just depositing their documents for 3 hours. And the woman I give it to, I kid you not, takes me upstairs telling me, like, okay, just wait here, we're gonna give you your ID back with, like, whatever updates you needed. And I'm like thinking, oh sweet, then they must have just processed all the other information and they just needed me to bring this one more document, so then now they can just print the new thing, give me my ID, and then I'll be fine. I never have to deal with this again until December, whatever. It's great. But then she comes back out and says, okay, it looks like you're gonna have to come back, but she can't fully express this in English. So this is the real golden ticket here. She calls over the security guard guy who's supposed to also serve as a translator. Lo and behold, it's the same jerky jerk guy who told me to go to the Juman Center. But I didn't attack him. I didn't do anything wrong by him. I think God was on his side that day. I was calm. I just was like, nice to see you again, not. Like, all right, we're gonna call you when it's ready to pick up. And I explained to them, I don't have a Korean phone number because, like I said before, I'm not working here, so I didn't think it was a good idea to get a data plan, not knowing where my finances were going to be and all this mess. And honestly, thank God I didn't, because one, I get Wi-Fi everywhere, so it's not really an issue most of the time. And two, with all these unexpected expenses that just keep popping up between my school changing things around on me and immigration just deciding, like, we're just going to send you running around and spending your money. Peace, peace, peace. But I have an email address. He's like, great, let's write down your email address. And I make sure she writes it down so that I know for sure that the person who wrote it down knows that they have to email me. And then on top of that, when he's checking it over every letter by letter, I also point to where I wrote my address already on my application, just so they know, like, okay, there are 2 places that we can look for this thing. We can't possibly mess this up, right? Wait for it. So then, as I'm getting ready to leave, she's like, wait, take your ID back. And I was like, no. You guys have to keep my ID because you have to show the updated dates for when my visa is good until. Like, you can't just give me an ID that says that it expired on June 2nd, 2017, because if for some reason the cops pull me over and they say, can we see your alien card, they're gonna see that date, and now I'm gonna have a whole mess of, but I am legally supposed to be here. They just didn't change the dates, and I actually need to know when you guys would need me to be out of this country. I can't just be walking around thinking, seems fine, because clearly that cost me 80,000 won last time. This is what I need. They needed to put this information, the new expiration you can see. They were ready to just not do that. They just gave me back my ID because they didn't know what they were doing at immigration. Who are you gonna believe? That immigration didn't know what they were doing, or that I did something wrong? I'm gonna guess they're gonna go with I did something wrong. So I'm just like, after making it very clear that they need to keep my ID for that purpose, I leave. And so I go thinking, all right, maybe it'll take a week, maybe it might even take a day. So from that moment until right then, I come back to this apartment, and I just, every night, every morning, every afternoon, I'm checking my email, I'm checking my spam folder, I'm double checking everything all the time because I'm so paranoid that something else is gonna go wrong. Because I don't want a single sliver of chance that I miss that email and they run some rigmarole on me that, oh, you didn't respond to us fast enough, so we went ahead and threw it away or something. I kid you not, I've had more nightmares in the past 2 weeks about absolute nonsense, about crazy things where they basically just cut up my card, take 2 derpy pictures of me that they found on Facebook, paste them together, and then hand it back to me, and I'm just like, the frick is this? What is this supposed to be? 1 week goes by. 2 weeks go by. School is starting. Today is Tuesday, June 13th for me. Tomorrow is Wednesday. School is starting. I'm thinking this past weekend, no, this is ridiculous. I don't know when I'm going to be able to get this ID, and I don't know what's going to happen that I'm going to need it. I'm just going to go back there because, one, my friend told me that it doesn't take more than a day for them to just print the new dates on the ID. So I'm thinking, maybe because whatever, I'm just gonna go there and just talk to them. So this morning, I'm like, okay, I've gotta wake up, go out there, and just sit around and wait till they tell me what's good. I get there, lo and behold, not only is it the guy that was there on the first day that I went for extension, who's completely innocent, has done nothing wrong to me, but Jerky Jerk is there with his glasses looking at me like, oh, hey, it's you again. And I look at that Jerky Jerk guy and his bespeckled face, and I think, I'm gonna talk to this one because he did nothing wrong by me. And he's just explaining first, oh, well, it usually takes a month for the card to be ready. And I was like, and then this guy with the glasses, and I'm just thinking, no, honey, sweetie, boo-boo, child. Both my school and my friend said it takes not even up to a day. They'll give it back to you right away because it's just a visa extension. So when I say visa extension and I preface it with, I've been waiting 2 weeks, he's like, kind of like, okay. Did they give you a receipt or anything for you to come pick it up? I'm like, they took everything from me. The only thing I have is the receipt for the penalty that I had to pay. Again, I don't know what angel was behind this guy that kept me from looking right at him and biting off his head, because I was just like, oh, it's you that cost me 80,000. And I want to just slam it in his face and be like, the $80,000 I had to pay because someone... I did not hurt that guy. I could have hurt that guy in so many ways. He's just like, honestly, he's innocent. He's a sweet, cute little, like, cute Korean kid who just is doing his job the best that he can. But he did wrong by me. So it was very, very much, in my mind, the right thing to just at least just shout at him. But I didn't, because why? He's doing his best to translate for foreigners like me who go there and people just want to speak really fast Korean past us because we should know their language. I get it. I was like, whatever, it's fine, it's all in the past, whatever. I showed him that and he said, oh no, not this. And I'm like, well, then I don't have anything else. And I even took out the photocopy of my ID to show exactly what I meant when I said I needed to update the expiration dates. These dates are old. This date was 2 weeks ago. I needed them to change it so it showed that I am here legally now. So now he's like, okay, let me go downstairs. Do you have your passport? I'll go try to find it. He goes downstairs to the second floor. I'm on the third floor. I'm waiting. I'm sitting right next to the guy with the glasses. And I promise you this, there must have been a good 3 minutes of me just thinking of all the ways I could have torn into this guy. But I was like, you know what? He probably doesn't remember me. Actually, what's worse, I think he definitely remembered me, and I don't think he even knows what he did. He's such a sweet, angelic looking face guy. I'm sure he's innocent in all of this. It's not his fault that nobody knows what's going on in this country, so it's fine. I let it go. I'm trying to be a better person here. The guy, I guess I'll call him the helpful guy, comes back, hands me my alien card, kind of like, haha, we're so silly for not telling you that we had it ready for the past 2 weeks. Ah, yeah, alright, have a nice day. Dealing with immigration is kind of like if your parents ask you to come to like a work party with them, and you're just kind of like, in your mind as a kid, you know, like, this is just gonna be an epic, unbelievable waste of time. But you're a kid, you don't have any power, you have to do it. Your parents dictate everything you do. When you sleep, when you wake up, when you go out of the house, when you have to be back in the house. So yeah, alright, fine. I just put up with it and I go. But when you get there, now you're sitting there trying to fight back tears because you know for a fact that if you start crying or throwing a fit, not only are you risking being berated by those same parents in front of everybody, but then now everyone is going to be sitting there judging you, not feeling sorry for you, already not wanting you there or caring that you're there, more so wishing that you weren't there. And it's just this kind of like painful, kind of stifling thing that you're just sitting there and taking, and you're like, you just feel so small. And every now and then you have to meet one of these people and explain to them what you're doing, like why you're there, what you're doing in school, what you plan to do after you're finished with school. It's just all this nonsense and fakeness because you know as soon as you turn around, they're gonna forget the whole conversation they had with you because while you're having it, you don't care to be having it, they don't care to be having it. Why are we even talking? Nobody knows. I invite anybody who is interested or just curious what it's like to immigrate to another country, just look it up for 10 minutes. I guarantee you, you're gonna find one thing from the official immigration office that leaves you with like 6 more questions than when you came in. So then you go to another site that has like a question and answer section. One person's gonna give you an answer saying this was their experience, and you think, oh sweet. The next person will say, oh no, I didn't really have that kind of experience. And then another person underneath them is gonna say, yeah, I also didn't have that kind of experience. And then a third person will say, well, I think the original poster was trying to say this, so let's stick to the topic at hand. And then another person will come back and be like, I think their answer was perfectly legit. Why is there always somebody like this in the comments section? And it's just going to be a whole thing of trying to find answers to questions that no one seems to have ever asked, or asked in the specific way that you're wondering. And then you're just going to be in this kind of place where it's like, I don't know, you're gonna have a really bad time, and you're probably within 10 minutes gonna close all 16 of the tabs you have open to try to answer the one question you had when you were trying to think, oh, what if I wanted to move to Canada, to Mexico, to California even? I guarantee you guys, even legally immigrating somewhere, it's just a bum rush of nonsense that I don't know who thought this was a good idea. All the bureaucracy in the world cannot top what it is to immigrate somewhere. I promise you this. It's difficult. It's not fun, and I don't recommend it. Immigration is no joke. It's honestly, of all the bureaucracies, getting my driver's license, fine, chill. Registering my pet license, no problems. Taxes, no. Freaking parking tickets, nope. It's immigration. Immigration for the rest of my life will be just that one thing. No, just healthcare, no. It's immigration. It effing sucks. Freaking trying to join another society, forget about it. Don't do it. It's just so much stress. And it's tempting. It's really tempting when I see people that are like, oh yeah, I'm not really here legally. I just do visa runs so that I can do like the tourism thing. It's like, okay, yeah, they're living in fear that maybe they're gonna get deported and blacklisted so they can never come back to this country. But they're not going through all this headache and stress that makes you think, why am I spending so much money to stay in a place that doesn't even seem to want me? I don't know. I tried to look for all the ways I could have done better. And at the end of the day, I just feel that it was just a bad experience overall. People have had it worse than me. I recognize that. But the idea that somebody has to go through worse than I did also frustrates me, because I think, Why do they have to go through that if we're trying to be here legally and do the right thing based on their rigmarole system? Why are we going through it like this? Why immigration? Why do you hate having people in your country so much that I don't take it personally, but I do feel like I just got the sense like they don't need me in this country. I'm doing nothing for their country right now. I'm not contributing to their society in any way other than smiling and greeting people and maybe helping with their English when they feel like, oh, foreigner, I'm gonna practice my English. Like, that's the most right now that I'm contributing. So I get it. I can understand them not fighting so hard or trying to be very helpful to help me stay here, but still putting somebody through that made me feel like, is there just no more decency in the world, or do they just have so much going on all the time that they just can't even try to be like on top of their game? I don't know. I don't know what the training process is. I don't know what's going on in their lives personally, in the office, outside of the office. I just was frustrated. Like, yeah, so it's been effing awful. And honestly, I should just, right now, high five myself for not stress eating through this whole thing, because, like I said before, I was eating too much, and this doesn't count, by the way, because it doesn't count. And I, hope through this video, maybe if somebody plans to do these kind of things, I hope you find this video, and I hope you can take notes of what I did and then not do it. Just don't do what I did. Just find a way not to do it. It's over now. I have my ID, and I think what I've learned from this is just always question authority. Even when the person that you think should have all the answers seems to have all the answers, I'm just gonna still be like, yeah, but I'm gonna record your voice. I'm gonna have you write down exactly what you're telling me because something tells me you're wrong. I don't know. Don't just take any one person's word for it. Make sure that you follow whichever path you are set to go on all the way to the end. Even when that guy said that I just needed to go to the Juman Center instead of to the immigration office, I should have just said, alright, can you just schedule me for an interview with immigration? Because what would have been like 5 minutes of extra stress for me to meet with them and have them tell me that I did wrong, and maybe 30 minutes of having to go out there and then 40 minutes going back. Whatever, at least I would have just dealt with it then and not have to pay for it later. So that was one thing. It's the whole time that the first thing went down, I thought, okay, what have I learned? It's nice that my old school, they would have handled all this paperwork. They would have gone through every single detail and document with me saying, you need to have this, you need to fill it out this way, and make sure that I did it right, because they're the ones that go to the immigration office for us. That was nice. But I kept thinking maybe this is a good experience because now I'm learning how to deal with it myself, because eventually I will need to just keep going there myself to deal with it. The other thing would have been when the exchange rate was really good, I should have just brought over the majority of my money. I don't know what I was sitting out for. I would also say just overall, I don't know. I'm trying to be on the bright side and take learning experiences, but honestly, I'm just so annoyed. Like, why did I have to deal with all that stupid nonsense? I did not, like, it just was one of those things where I was like, I just can't see where I did like the most wrong thing. I'm trying to pick out points where I should have done better. I could have done better. I should have asked more questions. Case in point, I should have just kept questioning. I just kept questioning and even questioned more than that. And if they got frustrated with me, I'd be like, you're gonna be frustrated with me when I come back here not knowing what I'm supposed to do. So just answer my questions now, or find somebody who can. But that maybe is the biggest learning point. Don't be afraid to ask questions. There's no reason. You don't lose anything from doing it. So just ask questions. Always question everything. I'm just gonna work and work and work to make myself somebody worth them wanting to stay here, because they will definitely go the extra mile to make sure that people who are here on special circumstances can stay. But yeah, for somebody who's just trying to do like a run-of-the-mill, just everyday normal job, it seems like they're just kind of like, why? Like, we've got enough people who are fighting for that same position. I get it. I really, really get it. But, I mean, what am I supposed to do? I'm a kid with a dream, and I don't see any reason I should give it up just because it gets hard. So, yeah, if this is their way of testing if I really want to be in this country, game on. You don't know who you're messing with. I'm thinking if this is some kind of hazing ritual, then they messed with the wrong person, because I'm very stubborn. If anything, this kind of thing is just making me think, oh, now I'm definitely never leaving because you guys put me through hell and back, so I'm just gonna keep being the most ridiculous, obnoxious person you're ever gonna run into. So I guess at the end of the day, what I want to get across is, Dad, Papa Bear, all the dads and uncles that I know and love dearly, thank you so much for, I don't know what, popping me in the side of my head, scolding me for wanting to stay out late with my friends, giving me just kind of hell, but also love, tough love, what have you, trying your best to raise us so that we can put up with crap like this and just keep pushing forward. Because I tell you this because it's true. I think sometimes I'll be in these moments and I'll imagine my dad's what I call Mufasa face, where you look at him and you know something bad's gonna happen if I don't just stop this nonsense right now. Thank you, Dad, for giving me this. I think it's gotten me through a lot of tough situations, just knowing that I always have that in my back pocket, and then people can see, all right, we need to rethink how we're talking to this girl right now. Everyone, happy Father's Day. I really hope you're doing well, you're healthy, you're still strong. Thank you so much for taking care of your kids and raising them so that they can at least try to go after these crazy dreams that put them through all this stress, and hopefully they can just go through it and learn from it and get stronger, because that's what we all want, I would like to think. So I love you all, and I love you, Dad. I hope you guys have a great time on Sunday. I guess it would be today. I don't know. I miss my papa. Okay. And I hope you guys have a great Father's Day. I miss you all. I hope everybody's doing well and out there doing good. I will make another video in another month with more positive things, because I've been working on some stuff and I think it'll be interesting to see, and so look forward to that. And thank you for letting me get this all off my chest, because it was not a good time. But I haven't been able to hug anyone going through all of this, so I'm coming for you. Be ready. It's happening. And also, if you don't watch this video, Dad, I'm going to contact you every hour, on the hour, for 12 hours straight, until you tell me that you saw this video. And this will be the message that you have to retell me, so that I know you actually watched this video. Okay? Alright? I love you. Talk to you soon. Love you guys.